Why is my water heater empty?
You drained it of sediment and forgot to flip the valve back to let water into the unit.
I have not drained it recently.
You might have a leak, then, via the drain valve or a hole in it, so that it is draining.
That would be quite a leak.
If you have a large puddle on the floor, you know where the water went.
I do not have a large puddle on the floor.
I'm assuming your water has not been shut off.
The kitchen sink runs just fine.
Do you have a leak detector and drain for the unit and forgot to turn on the leak detector or its batteries died?
We may have an overflow drain on it, but we don't have a leak detector.
You could have a leak in the pipes to the hot water heater, which means you have water gushing out a pipe into the garden or flowing into the garage.
The only water on the floor of the garage is the bubbling overflow from the car engine where I park it.
You could have a leak in the water heater dripping water into the insulation around the hot water heater, if you have insulation. Then you see a nearly empty tank but will eventually smell the mold in the insulation.
What else could it be?
Did you call in a plumber to replace a burned out heating element recently? He would have drained it to change the heating element and forgot to refill it.
We have not had maintenance on it for a while.
You could have very hot water that has started to calcify and close the water pipe to the hot water heater. So the unit is not getting enough water to replace what you are drawing from it.
If that were the case, I'd expect the rest of the house to have lower water pressure.
You'd get water pressure rising in the pipes behind the blockages.
It would be more likely I have a leaking pipe or disconnected pipe over that.
You could theoretically have a pressure relief valve open.
If the hot water heater is overheating and overpressure, an empty tank would be the least of my problems.
It is possible that the unit is overheating and the pressure let out all the boiling water as steam until there's almost nothing left.
I'd expect it to shut down well before then.
You might have a pressure relief valve leaking or stuck open that lets the steam of the hot water heater out while failing to take in enough new water to stay full.
Any of those scenarios requires a plumber.